There are indeed a lot of physical abnormalities about cerebral palsy, and anybody who can tell you there's things that are physically painful when you have cerebral palsy. It's important to avoid these things by like wearing nice shoes that are comfortable for you. For example, I like to wear shoes that are well worn. It takes me a while to wear them in to where they are very comfortable, but I do end up doing that, and I generally wear them for a few years because they are more comfortable when they're well worn, and I walk better. So I do like doing things like that, but that's not like the most important thing with cerebral palsy. You've seen the videos about how I wear those socks that help spread my toes out. That makes life more manageable when I'm walking a lot. But here is the most way you can avoid pain physically. It's not improving the way you walk, although that can help, working on the way you walk. But the most important way would be to change your lifestyle if you are in a lot of pain. For example, if you're out and you're doing a physically demanding job, you don't have to do a physically demanding job. We have a life filled with technology and filled with desk positions, and you can be a productive person in life today and not have a physically demanding job, which is very fortunate. And each day I am thankful that I do not have to go out and do physically demanding jobs, because for a while I did do that, and it's just no fun. Each day I woke up and I absolutely despised going to work because I knew the amount of physical pain that I would go through, and it was tough. But I mean, I managed to do it, and I did firewood for a long time. That was physically painful. I somewhat enjoyed it, but it just, it got to the point where it's too physically demanding. Now later in life, each day everybody gets older, so I'm a little bit older than I was. I've had about 8 years where I've been working steadily. So I mean, I realize now that one of the most important things to avoid the physically painful thing is to choose a path in life where you're not going to be physically in physical pain, and use your advantages to your own personal advantage. If you have a disadvantage, which I do, walking is my disadvantage because I have cerebral palsy, I choose not to do physically demanding things. I have a full-time job, but I don't work physically with my full-time job. And if I did, because I did this at one point, I know this is how it would be. I would be miserable each day. I mean, it's not that I would express it much, but it would just be like each day I would wake up and I'd be like, man, I have to go through a lot of pain today. And when I was working, it was like I would do whatever I could to sit down and go or get on my knees or do whatever, because I didn't want to be walking, because my feet absolutely killed me when I was walking. After about 30 minutes of walking, my feet would be at the point where they'd feel just, I don't know, it was the worst pain I've ever felt, but it was on a daily basis. And I knew each morning when I woke up that I would go through that pain again, and it wasn't fun. Fortunately, I got through that point in my life, and then I was able to graduate college. And I think this is an important thing for people to realize with cerebral palsy or any disability, or even if you don't have a disability. Life's a lot more manageable when you don't go through pain each day, because having physical pain, it is hard to concentrate and just hard to do your job right. So you end up doing your job wrong, and then you don't even care because you're in pain, and you're just really, is all you can think about is getting out of the painful situation you're in. So you don't do a good job at what you do, and you don't look like you care what you're doing. And the truth is, you might really not care what you're doing. But it just helps in life if you live your life where you don't go through physical pain. If you set up a path to where you can avoid that pain physically, that's going to really enhance your quality of life. So that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. to avoid pain with cerebral palsy. If you have similar to how I do, um, choose a profession that you know you will be good at and you know your disability won't inhibit you to reach your full potential at, because it is really difficult, like I said, uh, when you go through pain each day. Like, you don't realize this until you start working, how lonely and difficult and painful it can be to work. I mean, you think like, oh, I'm gonna do my job for 8 hours a day and then go home, but that's not how it is. Your job becomes your life, and that's basically what you think about. And if you're physically in pain each day, you're gonna be thinking about pain, and you're gonna wake up each morning and know you're gonna go through pain, and then when you're in the pain, you're gonna be miserable the entire day, and it's not fun, I can tell you that. So just realize what you do in life, to choose it wisely, because you do not want to be going through pain each day.